welcome back to my channel West Coast Wild Child. So this video is about Hawaii, and yeah, I mean, by my face you can already tell I had a pretty good time there and I loved it. It is honestly, it is a paradise. Warm, luscious jungles. You have turtles and flowers and just everything. The only minus I can find about Hawaii is that it's quite expensive. But yeah, please enjoy the video. Consider to subscribing, please, because a lot of you are watching but not subscribing. Is it something I said? Something I did? I don't know. Enjoy, have fun, and roll the tape. Vietnamese spiky. Waikiki Beach in Hawaii it looks like a postcard. Like, the water is perfect. Look at the color of that. Wow! Oh my god, I can just tell you, I felt like I plopped right back down into paradise. Like, oh my god. And also, I, for the longest time, have wanted to visit Cheesecake Factory. And guess where I went? Oh my god, this had 1,500 calories. I don't care, it was delicious. And I met some fun people in my hostel. And we actually went on a trip to a waterfall. And first we had to bail out the car, because when we wanted to get the car that one of us had rented the day before, we went to the street where it was parked and it was gone. So yeah, it was towed away and it took us not too long to find it. And then we got the car and then we went here. I mean, look at this jungle. It is beautiful. And you kind of walk through the jungle. It's amazing. And then I don't remember exactly how long we walked, maybe. I don't really remember, but there wasn't too much water in the waterfall, but it was beautiful anyway. Just look how beautiful this is. This is just a random canal pretty close to Waikiki Beach. And yeah, it's beautiful. And yeah, with one of my newfound friends, we went to have a little drink in one of the restaurants. And then we went back to Waikiki Beach to watch the sunset. Which, I mean, it's not the best sunset I've ever seen, but it was still pretty nice, and it was warm, and the water was warm, and excellent. Then I was introduced to a new kind of food, matsubi, and the next day we went on another little trip, and I mean, just look at the mountains that you can see when you just, I don't know, driving on the street. Like, I felt like I was somewhere in Jurassic Park. And so this is the botanical garden. I'm not gonna try to say that name. It was a fun experience because you kind of drive in between the different sections. They have like one section with like African plants, and then they have one with Asian plants and one with Hawaiian plants. But you kind of drive in between them with a car, which was pretty weird to me, but I mean, I'm very lucky that I met this friend who I could go with, because I mean, the distances are big. Like, Hawaii is, I mean, it is a part of the US, and much like the rest of the US, it is almost impossible to do anything without the car. And yeah, Hawaii is absolutely, definitely no exception of that. But these green mountains are super, super cool. So in this part of the island, the mountains are green and luscious, and in other parts of the island, they are actually quite dry and brown because there's not so much stuff growing on them because it's like a more dry part of the island. But in this place, they were green and awesome. And I mean, if a dinosaur would appear on these mountains, like, I would not be surprised. Like, I mean, they did film the new Jurassic Park movies here, and I can definitely see why, because it just looks very, I don't know, ragged, and like, I don't know how it could have looked back in the days, I guess. But yeah, super, super cool, and yeah, I loved it. And in case you're wondering, did I go back to Japan? No, I didn't. This Japanese temple is actually in Hawaii, as you can see on the mountains in the background. And I don't exactly remember the history of it, but it was built by or for some of the first Japanese immigrants in Hawaii, and it was a very authentic temple. Like, I felt like I was right back to Japan. And the koi fish, like, I swear to God, when I go back home and, I don't know, have a place to live, I will at some point have a koi pond. Because I love kois and they are so cute and they are so adorable. And also these small doves, I don't know what kind of dove they are, but they are also super cute. They are kind of have a blue face and yeah, adorable. Lots of fish. And this funny little bird that I have never seen, the head was very, very red. And yeah, I have no idea what kind of bird that is. But super cool. So after the first stops, so the botanical garden and the Japanese temple, we hopped back into the car and we drove all the way across Oahu to come to North Shore, which my friend had been there before, and she said it's a really nice place. They have some good restaurants, they have some nice beaches, and I was like, okay, let's go there. And what they also have in North Shore is a turtle beach, where sometimes you can see turtles laying on the beach. They are sunbathing, they are kind of warming up in the sun. And we were quite lucky because there was actually 3 turtles when we came. And they were super cute, quite big. I think the oldest one of them was, I don't remember exactly, but around 50 years old. They get quite kind of old. And we actually wanted to swim here, but one of the people like guarding the turtles, he said that they had seen a shark in those waters just a few days ago. So we were like, okay, let's go back to Waikiki. And when we came back, there was a beautiful sunset at Waikiki Beach. And I mean, you can never go wrong with a sunset at the beach, right? Look how pretty that is. And then we also found a little party in the evening, had some drinks and live music. Sorry. after this show that was actually for free, it was in a shopping mall, that if you are there at the right time you can go and see it. We took a little stroll on the beach, which was beautiful. The next day I went snorkeling, and with my usual luck I stepped on a coral, but it wasn't too bad, just a little cut. And then I saw these funny little birds again, and they are just so cool. I still have no idea what they are, but they are super cute and they are kind of everywhere. This is hands down the best Pokeball I have ever eaten in my entire life. And then with a new friend from the hostel, we went to this fancy schnazzy, this is a hotel actually, where you can kind of drop in the rooftop bar. Then of course I had to do some shopping, oops. And yeah, I mean what you mostly do in Oahu at Waikiki Beach is being on the beach. And also I did some snorkeling. There is so much fish and so many different kinds, and also it's kind of loud down there. Like, you can hear in the background like these small popping sounds, and I believe it's actually the fish eating the corals. Like, it makes that sound when they kind of break the corals, and because there's so many little fishies, yeah, it gets kind of loud. And super cool. There was so many of these yellow fish. I don't know what kind they are, but they are adorable. And yeah, they seem to be very hungry because they did not mind me that much. Also, the waves were quite big that day. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, the current was quite strong that day. So I did my very best to, yeah, not bump into any fish and keep a respectful distance, which I didn't really manage to achieve, but you know, I did my best. There was just so many different fish around, and I mean the water was warm, it was nice. I think because of the waves the water was not that clear, it was a bit murky, but I mean I could still see most of the fish. But yeah, like I said, I think there was actually a storm somewhere outside at sea, and that might be why the waves were so high, and yeah, why the water looks like this. But nonetheless, the water was still warm, and this funny fish with kind of blue lips was also super cool. I've never seen that one before. And also I actually bumped into a turtle 3 times, and I'm not too sure if it was the same turtle every time or if it were different ones. It might actually have been 2 different ones, but look how cute it is. So this turtle was not really big. Like, I can't really tell you exactly how big it was, but like a medium dog, I don't know. The ones in Sri Lanka were much bigger, and I'm not sure if it is because they were a different kind of sea turtle or because this is actually a baby. But it wasn't huge. It was super cute though. Didn't mind me at all. And again, as I said, it was very wavy, so the current kind of kept pushing me almost into the turtle, which of course I tried to avoid because 1, I don't want to scare it, and 2, I also don't want it to bite me in the foot, because yes, they can actually bite quite hard. Not that they are aggressive in any way, but like if you bump into them, like I wouldn't be surprised if they get a bit, hey, and bite you in the foot. But this turtle was super chill. Again, I know I am a bit too close, but again, I could not help it because the waves were literally pushing me almost into it. So it was actually kind of hard to film, to try and backpedal and film at the same time, but nonetheless super cute and just an awesome experience. And again, with my friend who knew all the good places around Waikiki, we went to a rooftop bar where you had an amazing view, and the brown mountain there is Diamond Head, and I did a little bit of shopping again, can't help myself. And then we stayed at the rooftop bar for sunset. It was a little bit cloudy, but it was still beautiful. And then we also went to like a night market, and I found this little jewelry that matched my necklace perfectly. Honestly, I was living my best life in Hawaii, like, oh my god. The only downside is, again, it is crazy expensive here, but it's beautiful. And if I had a bigger budget, I would definitely have stayed way longer here. But as you all know, I'm quite on a roll, so didn't have too much time to spend. But again, this beach. I'm still dreaming about this beach. Oh my god. Beautiful. I mean, yes, it is kind of crowded, but if you swim out a bit, and like you can literally see turtles every day. Like, they don't really mind the tourists. They're around most of the time. And then after 5 days on Oahu, it was time for me to jump on another plane and fly to Hawaii Island, or as people around there call it, just Big Island, because this is the biggest one of the islands, and the hostel where I stayed was built like on top of an old lava stream, which was super cool. So there's not a lot of vegetation around, and it was kind of windy out there, but it was also pretty nice because it was very hot. So the wind actually helped. They had the cutest little kitty. His name is Murka, which is Russian because some of the people who actually own this hostel are Russians. And yeah, just the cutest cat ever. Pretty close to there, like you still need to take a car. I didn't have a car, but luckily the people working at the hostel were very kind, and I was there with a German girl, and she drove me to this black lava beach. This black lava beach is super cool. The current is quite strong, so if you're not a good swimmer, maybe be a bit careful, but this is awesome. If you go in the mornings, you can see dolphins. Sadly, I am not a morning person, and I was never here quite early enough, but nonetheless, a beautiful beach. The sand is very black, super cool. It also kind of makes the water more dark because, yeah, the bottom is black, obviously. So pretty cool. And also some steeping cliffs that were just pretty cool to look down, like lots of waves breaking. And yeah, I mean, the nature in Hawaii is just amazing, and one of the main reasons I think why you should come here. Like for the nature and for the beaches, it's just amazing. And as you probably also know, like I love palm trees. Like even after a year of traveling, every time I see a palm tree, I'm like, oh yes, I am in the right spot. And yeah, there's just some really cute small ways, roads to drive around here. Again, I didn't have a car, so I kind of relied on the people in the hostel to drive me around a bit. But since I was the only guest there for a few days, I didn't have too much of concurrence. So it was nice. We drove around, and again, it's basically like a jungle, super cool. Also, there are some places where the locals, they have fruit farms, so not fruit farms, but they just have a lot of fruit, and you can go there and you can buy some. Like this avocado, look at it! Wow, it's the biggest I've ever seen. Also, one of the girls, the daughter of the owner, she had a parrot, and her name was Sasha. Super cute little parrot. She bit me once because I think I moved too fast. She liked to take selfies. Look at that, adorable. And yeah, they also had hot springs, which they had 3 different ones, and this one is the biggest. It was the least hot, I would say, because I mean it was pretty hot in Hawaii, so you don't want it to be too hot, or you kinda have a problem. But super nice. I was here 2 different days actually, and yeah, awesome place to just chill around. A lot of locals go here, and yeah, you can just hang out, talk to some people, have some fun, have a chill little bath time. And there's also a more jagged beach a bit closer to the sea, which is also pretty cool, again with all these black lava rocks and this black lava. Not really a beach, but it's just very cool looking. This is the best papaya I ever had. And I don't even like papaya. It's awesome. The next day I went with someone who checked into the same hotel as me to the Volcanoes National Park, which you again need a car to go. And it's pretty cool. They have some different trails that you can walk. The most known one is the Devastation Trail, which was actually blocked off when we were there because apparently there was some activity in the volcano, because apparently this volcano, it erupts like every 2 weeks kinda. Like no big eruptions, but definitely enough to that you should not be too close. So sadly we could not go the best trail, which was a bit sad, and also it didn't erupt while we were there. So a bit sad, but nonetheless still pretty cool. Like this is a gigantic crater that you walk in, and yeah, just super cool, like big cracks. We saw a exotic bird, you just saw it pretty short, and again, like the nature is just very cool because there were pretty big lava streams from recent eruptions, And yeah, they have some steam vents that you can go to. Actually, they didn't smell bad. I thought they would smell like old eggs like they usually do, but it didn't. So this is the overlook and this is also the place where it still erupts. Now and then you can see all the fumes, and yeah, we were just there a bit too early. This is the best smoothie I ever had in my entire life. If you see it, buy it. And then there was a nice little sunset back at the hostel. Super nice. And the next day we went on another little hike. I don't remember what this place is called, but it was cute, very nice. And yeah, Hawaii is just super cool, and the islands are pretty different, I would say. Like on Oahu you have more like green luscious stuff, and here you have like more the black lava beaches. And then it was already time for me to leave for the States. And yes, my first stop was Los Angeles, but more on that in the next video. You have it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for watching. I am actually not sure yet if I'm gonna make 2 parts of Hawaii or just 1. I have a lot of footage, so it might actually be 2 videos, but we will see about that. So if you're interested to see that, stay tuned, and next video is coming soon. Bye!